This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
You didn't listen live, 'cause you're a lazy sod. So here's the Iain Lee podcast.
These are the two shows I would like to listen to more than any other radio shows, right? Someone once described this show as like listening to a private party for 11-year-olds. I'd love to listen to a private party for 11-year-olds, okay?
That's great
and
feedback.
Also, I'd love to listen. You know, nighttime radio is moribund and dead, all right?
Yes,
it's awful. There's nothing on overnight. What I'd like to listen to, 10 o'clock, you get the presenter, let's say his name, let's say, keep it a man so it's not sexual. Bloke called, I don't know, Steve. No, not Steve, Tony. Say Tony, right? Good evening, it's 10 o'clock. You're listening to Tony Has a Sleep. And I'm just brushing my teeth. Just doing, I've done a whittle, did that before I came on.
Yeah.
Just getting into bed, just pulling the duvet over me, and I'll see you in the morning. And then it's from 10 until 7, 10 till 6, it's Tony having a sleep. And it's all the trials and tribulations. Does Tony get to sleep quickly? Does he talk in his sleep? Does he have to get up and do a wee? Does he blow off in his sleep? Does he snore? All of those things. I would totally listen to that. I would totally
really?
listen to. Yes.
No, I don't believe you, mate. I don't believe you.
Oh no, because I don't so much now that I've been getting up at stupid o'clock. But before I did, I used to have radio on at night, like speech radio on at night, just as like a little. And at the weekends, or if I'm on holiday, I'll just have the radio on as a little. So I wake up, bit of company. I wake up and go, oh, they're talking about immigrants. Oh, they're talking about immigrants still. Oh, they're doing parking tickets. But I would listen. I would wake up and go, oh, Tony's asleep. I'll go back to sleep. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a different sort of vibe. I mean,
Different vibe.
I mean, maybe you want to pitch that to the people upstairs, the powers that be. What about, Iain falls asleep and we kind of rig something up to your brain and find out what's going on inside there?
My brain has got nothing to do with it. I can't, mate. I've already got this show and a music show starting soon. Sorry, what? Nothing.
Okay.
Between the A414 at Hertford and the A10 at the Hoddesdon roundabout because of a couple of horses that are in the road. On the M11 North Mantheborough, BBC 3 Counties Radio.
Sammy, regarding the horse situation, where is that happening? Horses in the road?
It's in Hertford.
Okay, Russ is asking on the line, on Twitter, any idea, did the police know when the situation might become stable?
Didn't know. They've not said. They said it's been a problem since 4 this morning, though. They've been there quite a while.
Okay, so there's no idea at all. Just, I guess Russ is going to be driving through there. No idea at all. No indication of when that situation might become stable.
I'm afraid not.
Okay, Sammy, thank you very much indeed. Appreciate it.
Samantha Bruff, BBC 3 Counties Radio.
Any word on the horses situation yet?
They've gone.
So the situation is now stable.
Yes.
Okay. So the situation with the horses is now stable.
Maybe they might have lured them away with some hay and some straw.
Yeah. But just to clarify, because this is important, it's not really, you shouldn't really be making jokes about the travel, Sam. Just to clarify, the situation with the horses is now completely stable.
Yes, I confirm it's stable.
That's great. Sammy, thank you. A group of residents in Bletchley are so fed up with parents parking on their road to drop off their kids, they're creating a blockade with their cars. Residents of Saffron Street say the Premier Academy Primary School has been getting steadily bigger and bringing with it increasing traffic to their quiet road. However, the school argues that the stunt is dangerous and is putting children's lives at risk. Well, Shirley Rolfe is a local councillor on Bletchley and Fenny Stratford Town Council. Isn't it great, Shirley, that a school is so successful, it's expanding, it's educating the kids, the adults of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow, and it even offers after-school and weekend activities to make sure those kids are well looked after. Fantastic.
It might sound to you fantastic, but will you go and live in that area, my dear, and see the chaos in the morning that people cannot get off their drives to go to work? People park on their drives, across their drives. It would be nice if it was just to walk to school, then there would be no problem. But people are at the catchment area.
Yeah, Shirley, sorry to interrupt, but I guess you know that because there aren't enough schools that they're having to spread I'll finish. They're having to spread their catchment areas wider and wider, aren't they? So that's why kids can't feasibly walk to school anymore.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a school that was built in the 50s, don't forget, in a small area.
And it's thriving. And it's thriving.
It might be private thing, but you imagine nearly there's 600 kids going there, plus 2 nurseries, plus teachers going in that one way in and one way out.
Where should they go?
It's a nightmare. I wish people go down and see who passes all these...
Where should they go?
Pardon? Well, I think the government should buy more schools. Come on. I wish you'd go and see that area and what the poor people have to put up every morning.
The government...
while the kids are at school.
The government should have to buy more schools just so that you can park
No,
properly.
that's not. You're not getting me my argument, dear. The people living there are having that done every morning. I can't get out on my road in the morning because we've got 2 schools in our road, in our area, don't forget. We cannot get out. There's 2... We've asked Mr. Harris to have a meeting, but all he wants is 1-to-1. He doesn't mind. All he does
Okay,
is...
well, I'm getting a lot of beef with Mr. Harris. He's not here, so why you just talk to me. So, have you got kids?
No, my children have grown up and we didn't have cars in our days, so that's beside the point.
Well, no, it's not beside the point. It's actually very much... No, I'll decide what's beside the point. So, you've got kids. They went to school, yeah?
I've got grandkids that go to school.
Right, OK. So and how do your grandkids get to school? They walk to school, do they?
Yes, my grandkids do walk to school.
OK. And how old are they?
I've got 2 are 16, 1 are 14, and 1's 19.
OK. And when they were, 5, 6, 7, 8, they all walked to school, yeah?
Yes, they did.
They all walked... Your hand on your heart. You're not lying to me, are you, Shirley?
Pardon?
Your hand on your heart.
Yes.
They all walked to school.
Yeah, they walked to school.
Yeah. And they walked back from school?
More or less, yes.
More or less?
Well, occasionally if it rained, if Mother wasn't working...
If it rained?
Oh, you haven't argued with me because of my grandkids.
If it rained? No, I'm just saying...
Excuse me,
Yes, my love.
I don't know what her name is. You're making me feel bad that a school...
I'm not making you feel bad. You're doing that to yourself. You're doing that to yourself.
Feel bad about my children because my children walk to work. They are grown up and they walk to work when they were... walk to school.
But sometimes there was a car involved. As you just said.
No, not most of the time, no. They walk to it.
Well, you just said that they used a car sometimes.
Okay,
what I'm saying is...
rain, yeah, but not every single day. Every day, morning and
some of these
afternoon.
Some of these kids live miles away. How are they supposed to get to school, Shirley?
You'll make it, but if you go and see the area, it's not fair on those residents.
But then we need to come up with a solution. So some of those kids live miles away. How are they supposed to get to school, Shirley?
Well, I have a place to drop off and let them walk to work. But if there was an accident up that road, they would not be able to get up there.
Has there been an accident?
It's proved a point there was an accident and an ambulance couldn't get up there. A fire engine couldn't get up there. Okay. Nobody could get up that road. So I know kids have got education. I agree with you, but it's a...
My name's Ian. My name's Ian.
Hello, Ian. Sorry.
Hello, Shirley. You're right, love. Now, so to prove your point, you're endorsing the residents blocking the street themselves.
Well, it's just...
what if an ambulance... What if there's a fire at the end of it?
Just listen to me. He had the building and had a restriction that he could have all these buildings done by Milton Keynes Council. He had a restriction.
Yeah, and it was lifted.
But now he's got it lifted. So now he can leave it on weekends and things. Well, they didn't mind that, but now the restrictions, they're going to have the same problem evenings and weekends. That's what they're complaining about.
Well, you won't have quite the same problem because there won't be as many kids evenings and weekends, and there won't be as many teachers. Well, that's a fact.
There must be a stopping point.
Your beef is, may I humbly suggest, is with the wrong people.
Who?
Your beef is with the wrong people.
Why are the wrong people?
For some reason, the gentleman we spoke to earlier, and you seem to have a personal problem with the headmaster.
Excuse me, I think he's got a thing against us.
Shirley, no, he hasn't. He's not got a thing against you.
You do not know.
Shirley.
I tried to get to the town council. No, I tried to get to the town council, and he will not come. He will not come to any meeting. Sorry, you might have his point of view.
No, I've not got his point of view.
You have.
No, Shirley.
He's never come to any meeting.
Shirley, calm down, dear. Now listen. You've got a thing against... He hasn't got a thing against you. He's got a thing for his children that he's responsible for. He wants the best. I'm assuming most headmasters and headmistresses do. He wants the best for all the kids he's representing. Now, instead of being angry and focusing your anger at the head teacher, I suggest you focus your beam, your anger, your fury on the council and try and get them to put either double yellow lines or permit holders in those streets that are affected.
That's a good idea. Go on, you do it, but they don't do it.
No, I'm not going to do it. I don't live there. I've not got a problem with it.
I wish you would live in the area.
I don't live in the area. I live in my area. And I celebrate.
In the mornings, so you can
That's
get
out of order.
Drive, what would you do?
That is out of order. I would block my drive with the bin so they couldn't.
Well, they still do it.
No,
they do it.
I would block my drive with the bin.
Well, they do it, and they park on the drive.
I would block my drive with the bin.
Have even the parents sitting on people's lawns. Wait for the kids to come out.
Parents sat on the lawns.
There's not just certain things, Ian.
My suggestion: listen, if people are parking on driveways, that's out of order. If teachers are parking there and there are no parking restrictions, well, then I'm afraid that's the way of the world. We've all parked in people's streets before now. I suggest that you forget the headmaster. Because he's not going to. It would appear he's not going to talk to you, and I don't know why, and that must be very frustrating. Let that frustration go. Speak to the council. Try and get residents' permits there or double yellow lines, because then that would solve the problem, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't, because the people park on double yellow lines.
Well,
There's some up there, but the parents still park on double yellow lines.
Right.
Nobody can do anything about it because police can't do anything about it, and there's only traffic wardens can stop people on double yellow lines. So it's waste of time. It's there. There's double yellow lines out the school, and they park on it.
Okay.
So, and they park all down the street, so people on one of the roads, so people have problems getting out there. Thing. It goes on constantly. It's not just the mornings, my dear. I know you might think I'm not really angry. I just would like the frustration. If you just stop the school, that's it. No more children going in.
But that's not going to happen. That isn't going to happen. So you need to come up with an alternative plan. You need to let that fight go, and you need to come up with a different plan of attack then. Is it true, Shirley, that planning permission has been granted for the school to have two entrances?
Yes.
So people could go in one road, drop kids off in the school grounds, exit from another road. Is that true?
Yeah, it has been.
Why has no one told me? Why have you and my last guest not mentioned that the school have come up with a solution for this problem?
Yeah, but did you realise what's going to happen though?
Why is no one?
It goes through the school grounds and goes out to a main road where there's lots of businesses. It's of course just the same problem. He's tried. Yeah, you're right.
So he's tried. So he's come up. This fella, this demon headmaster.
Oh, here we go. Go on.
I've just had this from a text, right? And I'm really surprised that you and my previous guest didn't say, well, he won't talk to us, but he's come up with a solution. So he's come up with a solution to ease the parking on those side roads.
I heard what you're saying. I know. Yeah, you're right.
Thanks for your time, Shirley.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, anonymous texter. Text there. Regarding the school, planning permission has been granted for the school to have two entrances. You go in one road, drop the kids off in the school grounds, exit in another road.
Morning.
What have you got for us, Mick?
Well, the chap that probably... Well, I'd say chap, it probably... But I think I'm suspicious that the chap that got in touch with you might have even been the headmaster, because he didn't want to come and talk to you. He never had the courage of his convictions to come and see you.
Does it matter?
Don't interrupt, I haven't finished yet.
Don't be rude. Does it matter?
Ian.
No.
Ian,
you've raised the point, Mick. Does it matter
Ian,
Mick,
please.
Does it matter who sent that text in?
Ian.
Does it matter who sent that text in?
Ian. Are you finished?
Does it matter who... Does it matter...
Ian,
does it matter?
Ian.
Does it matter?
It does matter, because he hadn't got the courage of his convictions to come and see you.
Does it matter?
And the solution he came up with was not put into practice, was it?
No.
Why? Tell me why. Did he tell you why?
If you calm down, Mick, I'll tell you why.
No, I haven't calmed down. I don't like being interrupted.
I don't like rude people who...
Stop doing it, Ian.
I don't like rude people who don't listen and don't understand facts. Go on then. You carry on then, Mick. Go on.
Right. Did he put the solution into practice? And if not, why? Was it more dangerous?
Tell me when this question ends.
Children?
Let me know when. Let me know when there's the
pointing out
question mark so that I can answer it. Because it's just like one long. Well, because you're asking a three-pronged question. I wonder how many prongs there'll be in this question.
No,
but carry on, Mick. Go on.
It wasn't three-pronged. It was one. It wasn't put into practice. And was it not put into practice because it was more dangerous by driving through the playground to go out the other entrance and going out onto a main road where it would cause traffic congestion, perhaps more accidents?
Has this question got an end, Mick? Because we finish at 9 o'clock.
Well, if you didn't keep interrupting...
I've not interrupted you for 30 seconds. I'm just waiting for the question so I can answer it. Give me the question. One question. Go.
The question is, then people should walk their children to work.
That's not a question. Go back to the question.
They wouldn't get fat. They wouldn't have to build a sports hall.
That's not the question. Go back. You're going on, Mick. You're going on to a second point. Go back to the question because you can do this. I've got faith in you, Mick.
Go on.
Well, I don't know what the question is, Mick. You've gone from talking about a text to talking about fat kids. I'm confused. Go back to the question.
The question is, why wasn't that put into practice? What he come up with?
Okay. Is that the end of the question? Have I heard a question mark?
Why wasn't it put into practice?
Okay. So
that is a question. Can you understand that?
Just give me it one more time, because I'm not sure I've got it.
Right. He come up with a solution, but it wasn't put into practice. Now, why? If this bloke was
stop. You had a question?
Yeah, go on then.
So it was put in. He came up with a solution. Why wasn't it put into practice? That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to keep repeating it.
I do because I must be being done this morning, Mick. Because I'm just.
No, you're not. You're being facetious now.
You're very kind. Okay, because the school's been granted planning permission. You know how it works, don't you? So you come up with an idea. Don't interrupt me, because it's rude. You come up with an idea of how to improve a situation for your neighbours. That involves a little bit of structural change. You have to apply for planning permission, OK? So you can't act on that until you've got the planning permission. The school's got the planning permission. Sounds like a great system. You drive through the school, you drop the kids off, you come out a different entrance, no parking in the streets. So they've got the planning permission. They're going to put that into practice at some point. Next question.
I don't think it'll happen.
Well,
and
Mick,
phone me back later on at a different date and apologise because it won't happen because they will not let them drive through a school where there's children. And you know full well that
no, I don't.
Won't.
Mick, you're talking out your bum because they've got planning permission, so that means it would have been health and safety assessed. They won't be driving through the playground. They'll have worked it all out so that it is a safe, efficient programme. Why do you struggle with that?
I ain't struggling with it, but why hasn't it been put into practice then?
Because they've only just got planning permission, Mick, and it takes a little bit of time.
When did they get the planning permission?
I haven't got a clue. What's interesting, what's more interesting is
so
that
you
both...
might just be
What's more interesting...
Don't
interrupt, Mick, it's rude. What's more interesting is that both our guests knew about that. They knew that this evil, nasty headmaster had applied for planning permission that would help ease the situation. And yet neither... Let me finish, Mick. And yet neither of them chose to mention it. Isn't that interesting?
No, it's not.
Thanks for your call, Mick.
Pills in his pants. He found pills in his pants. This bloke here, he found pills in his pants. Pills in his pants.
Horrified Adam Travers bought some swimming shorts. Who says swimming shorts? I've never even heard the phrase swimming shorts.
You'd say trunks, wouldn't you?
I would say trunks, or I've started saying swimmers. Where's my swimmers?
Oh.
Yeah, I like my swimmers. I would never say swimming shorts, though. I mean, we'd all agree. Let's just go to our Kelly Betts correspondent. Kelly Betts, what's the latest on Kelly Betts?
I wouldn't say swimming shorts.
Thank you very much indeed. I wouldn't say swimming shorts.
I've never felt the need to say swimming shorts.
From Primark. And discovered, you like this, Kelly? A packet of drugs in the pocket.
Oh.
Adam's girlfriend, Hannah Ewell. I'm suspicious. Why are they so keen to establish their relationship in the paper? Found 9 white pills. I mean, back in the day, I'd have... You'd
have handed those straight into the police?
Via my... yes. Found 9 white pills in an envelope in the buttoned back pocket of the Chinese-made clothes. Damned Chinese back pockets. She prepared to wash them before a holiday. This story makes no sense whatsoever.
Honestly, I bought them with them in there. Adam, come on.
I blame their kiddie. Look, that little baby. Was he 6 months?
Yeah. Can't look at the camera, can he?
The drugs were with instructions for patients written in Chinese. Adam, 33, yesterday said it was lucky Hannah, 29, spotted the pills because he would have caned them. What? No. Spotted the pills because their 5-month-old son, Oscar, might have got hold of them. This Oscar character.
He'd ordered them.
He added, I was really shocked. If the baby had got them, that could have been disastrous. It was also lucky we found them before going on holiday. Could have caused problems at the airport. Adam, who bought the £5 trunks from Primark in his hometown of Portsmouth, alerted the police. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, they're boring drugs. They're just medicinal drugs. All drugs are bad. Their test revealed the pills are a prescription antidepressant. Primark said an investigation had shown the pills were put in the shorts at the time of manufacture after being sent to an unapproved subcontractor in China. It added, as a result, we have terminated our relationship with the supplier. Oh, a source said... Now, this is the story. The last paragraph is the story. Not these chances with their pills and their babies and their holidays and their swimming
shorts.
Swimming. Oh, you can swim, can you? A source said the shorts were supposed to be made in a factory, but it appears they were secretly being made by prisoners in a jail. That's the story! Primark stuff being made by prisoners in a jail. Your swimmers could have been made by a murderer or a rapist. How does that make you feel as a person? Outraged. Disgusted.
Keeps them out of their
cells.
No! Keeps them out of their cells, doesn't it?
I don't want prisoners making my swimmers.
Pills in his pants. He found pills in his pants. This bloke here, he found pills in his pants. Pills in his pants.
Busy anti-clockwise at junction 20 for Kings Langley, and it's reported to be because of people looking at an unusual looking shed that's been broken down on the hard shoulder.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
That's genuine.
Say that again?
It's slow at junction 20 on the A41 at Kings Langley, possibly because of onlookers to a trailer carrying an unusual looking shed that's broken down.
This is the rest of the show, guys. What? There's just so many questions. An unusual looking shed.
Yeah, if you give me a second, I can go and look at a picture but the CCTV's on the other side of the room.
It's too important not to. It's too important. Go.
Okay. Right, back inside.
We're waiting for Sammy Travel. I mean, guys, quickly. She can't hear us. You want to send in any more travel jokes about sheds? This is perfect opportunity. This is fodder for the masses. She's going to the other side of the room to look at an unusual looking shed. That's what's causing the tailbacks. Here we go. She's back.
Okay, I've seen it.
How unusual is this unusual looking shed?
Well, it's like a white box with a door with stripes on it. There's speculation it could be a kitchen.
No, mate, because
panic room.
No, well, kitchens are inside houses. They're not outside houses.
No, this one's on the M25.
Someone really is panicking if they're driving that around the M25.
As people slowing down to look, it's quite something.
So, is it? Would you say it was a shed load?
No. It's on the trailer, but the trailer's just broken down.
Is it a load?
It's a load. Yeah, it's kind of. It's not really a shed. It's white.
Wow, white shed. Well,
with a stripy door.
If it is a shed, that is literally unusual. If anyone can get us, guys, only if it's safe to do so, or if you can pretend it's safe to do so. I need pictures of this unusual shed. And by the way, if you want 03459 455 555, phone up and describe your shed. I mean, I'm always happy to find out about other people's sheds. Is there more?
No, that is everything.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Boss, you're not going to believe this. I've just seen something really interesting on the streets.
Is it an unusual shed?
No, it's not a shed. It was a Chinese man, with a very strong vibe, and he had one of these electric unicycles. It's the second time I've seen one now in 2 days.
You said, do you know what a unicycle is?
Yeah, but an electric unicycle.
Hang on. Do you know what a unicycle is?
Yes, I do know what
Describe it to me, because there may be some confusion.
Well, there was a man this morning. I'll tell you what I saw this morning.
Go on.
There was a man
Chinese.
This morning.
He's Chinese.
He's Chinese. Okay, so he was Chinese man, and he had this little, what looked like a box. Okay, he unplugged it side to side. He had knee pads on and a helmet on as well. He pressed a button
Safety
and
first.
off he went. Incredible.
So what? One of those things that you see clowns ride, one wheel.
Yes, one wheel, an electric
with a
unicycle.
Seat. You are joking.
No, I am not. It was incredible.
Did it have little stabiliser wheels at the side, or is it just?
I've never seen anything like it before on the streets.
Where's he gone?
He's gone. He went off at a speed. He said to me, sorry, I've got no time to stop. I'm off. And that was it.
Well, where's he gone? China? Where's he gone? What's going on? Chinatown?
I don't
China
know.
Club? Has he gone to the China Club?
He's
He's either gone to China, Chinatown, or the China Club.
Well, this thing
Or
was
he's gone
going
to
so
buy some
fast.
China.
He'll probably be in China in around 10 minutes' time. This thing was fast and furious.
Did he have any China in his hand?
No.
Was there any China in your hand?
Nope.
Oh, that's a shame, man. Sorry? I've never seen a Chinaman. I can stop there, and that sentence is probably true. Actually, no, I've been to China. Dream she had, and the theme she had. Started way too high. Told in a foreign land. Don't know the rest of the words. Okay, so have you ever seen a Chinaman on an electric unicycle to the streets? Is that the one we gave you? I can't remember.
No, I think that's for later on.
Okay.
Your rabbit hole question was,
Yes.
you described me earlier on as a sick pervert.
You and Nick Coffer, yep.
Yes,
Yep.
because you were in the office yesterday,
Yep.
a bit longer than usual,
Yeah.
and you saw that Coffer has his lights down when he presents a radio
Way
programme.
down low.
So do I.
Way
You had your
down
lights
low.
on full, those disgusting beams. You asked me to take it to the streets, lights on.
Disgusting beams. I'll give you a disgusting beam straight after this show.
Lights on
Yeah.
or lights off, lights down. The streets have spoken, boss. Here's what they had to say. Let's get the Fiji perspective. Sir, lights on or lights off?
Well, lights off now. It's daytime, isn't it?
Yeah, but in a radio studio.
Lights on, I think.
Lights on?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm a sick pervert if I have the lights down whilst I'm presenting a radio show?
I think it's all up to you. You know, it's your soul, isn't it?
But can you answer the question? Do you think I am, yes or no?
No. No, I don't think so.
Appreciate your honesty. Thanks very much. It's a great Fiji perspective. Thank you.
Cheers.
Morning, Princess. You well today?
All right, well, yeah, thank you.
Lovely. In a radio studio, lights on, full beam, or lights down, lights off?
Lights down. Yeah.
Sets the tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the time, yeah.
I mean, you've listened to me when I've had the lights on, and you've listened to me when I've had the lights down. When the lights are down, you feel there's a special aura coming through the speakers, don't you?
Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, something coming through, something coming through.
Madam, let's get the Jamaican perspective, okay? You are known for your vibe, okay? In a radio studio, do you think it's better to have the lights on full or to have the lights right down for a bit of atmos? What do you think?
Right down for a bit of atmos.
Yeah. Can you give us a quick yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Thank you, madam.
I don't know, Justin. That was a brilliant piece, and it was very funny. But I don't know if you heard it with the music playing underneath. It turned from being very funny and flippant to actually being, well, that was quite a powerful bit of radio we just did together there, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. It means a lot.
It means a lot to me. I mean, you push too hard, your dreams are China in your hand. I don't know any of the words to this song.
I don't either.
Can you find out? Can you find out if the people of Dunstable know the words to China in your hand?
Oh, with pleasure and delight.
Thank you, mate. See you later. Ta-ta.
You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. The people of Dunstable have been performing China in your hand in the way that they know best.
I love it already.
Take a listen, boss.
Taking it to the street with J-Dog. Hashtag China in your hand.
On eyes wide, like a child in the form of a
A story told of a mind of his own, an omen for a time.
Don't push too far. Your dreams are China in your hand.
Don't wish too hard because
They may come true, and you can help them.
You don't know what you might have set upon yourself, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
China in your hand. Tat, tat, tat. Tat, tat, tat.
And lastly, a word from the man who gave us the inspiration for this masterpiece, Frank from China. Frank, how does this feature make you feel?
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
BBC, I feel another perfect day coming on, guys.
C3 Counties Radio.
And standing on the A120
It's a porta cabin.
Road.
It's just
the
a
best water main between the heights.
It's not a shed. It's a porta cabin.
What? It's something, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Porta cabin is something. Yeah, I'll give you that. But it's not. One thing it's not is a shed.
No. How can you tell?
Because I've seen a picture of it that you sent me. It's a porta cabin. Still, is the situation stable? Is it?
It could be, but
Okay.
I don't know. The cars are giving it a wide berth. I think that's suspicious.
Oh, hey, I've got a story for you. There is an elephant on a pregnant elephant on the A5.
Oh. Did you just make that up?
No. Someone's just texted in. I forgot about it.
Where's the A5?
It runs through Dunstable.
Okay.
There's a pregnant elephant, and traffic are giving it a wide berth. You should look that up.
You know the A5, it's a trunk road.
Oh, no.
Seriously, look it up. The police are telling one to give it a wide berth.
Okay, I will look into it.
I know you. The thing is, I know you will. Thank you. Carry on.
I'll check. Okay, well, the A1 is...
Now, here we go. This is a very sad story, and we're trying to get our head around. We had an email this week from a woman desperate to get help for her sister, who's got lots of problems, but seems to have fallen through the cracks in the system. Gemma was admitted to the Luton and Dunstable Hospital 2 weeks ago after suffering alcohol psychosis. She and her sister Lisa thought she was going to get support to stop drinking while she was in there, and that seemed to be what was on offer, but it's not happened. And Lisa has come to us. Now, we were supposed to speak to Gemma this morning. She knew about it. Gemma's not picking up her phone. Keep trying. Because there may be another reason. But Lisa's on the line now. Morning, Lisa.
Morning.
We'll get to Gemma not picking up the phone in a second, because that concerns me a little bit. We kind of expected it, but it concerned me a little bit. Tell us a bit of the background. What's been going on?
Well, basically, she's had an alcohol problem the past few years, and recently she was admitted to hospital. They were going to help her out. She was in a few times, and they just basically let her get sober and then chucked her out again. This time, she was really ill with it. She was threatening to jump off a car park roof and threatening suicide and all sorts. They admitted her. They were giving her drugs to withdraw her from the alcohol. And then the plan was that she was going to go onto the Onyx ward, which is what the psychiatrist said, so that she could have a proper detox, find another way to cope with her problems. And then Friday night, all of a sudden, it just changed, and they said she was being discharged on the Saturday, which resulted in her going out, getting a bottle of vodka, slashing her wrists. They didn't even take the razors off her. I mean, they still left her with stuff. And then they discharged her on the Saturday.
Blimey, that's do you know what, Lisa? I'm struggling with this story because it's so sad what's happening to her. But I can also kind of see the hospital's side of this as well. I mean, if they promised that they were going to put her on a ward to help her detox and help her get some form of rehabilitation, and then that didn't happen, that is very, very disappointing, isn't it? In terms of the actual hospital ward, I guess if she's well, the hospital ward itself can't help her with her alcoholism, can they?
No, I think that's where it got awkward.
Right.
That's where I think all the falling out with the hospital was coming from, because they're there for her physical health.
Yeah.
But obviously the alcohol and the drugs had more to do with mental health, and it was a psychiatrist that said, oh, no, she's fine, she can go home.
Oh.
Which obviously resulted in last night her getting a bottle of vodka, and I don't know what's happened since.
How old is she?
She's 31.
Okay. How long do you think she's had a problem with drugs and alcohol?
It's been on and off since she was a teenager, but it really hit it like 2 years ago after her second son. I think she had PND, and then it went undiagnosed, and it went downhill from there.
And it's just got worse and worse.
Yeah. It can't get any worse. I mean, I said to the hospital that she'd end up dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it can get worse. It can end up with that, and that's she's killing herself, isn't she? Slowly,
yeah, she is, yeah.
Slowly, but she's having a damn good go at it.
Yeah.
What does she say when you speak to her about it?
When she's drunk, she's quite volatile and blames everybody else, which is a typical alcoholic thing.
Yeah.
When she's sober, when I spoke to her, she went from Friday till yesterday with no alcohol, so she can do it.
Well.
But yesterday, the minute she was unsupervised, basically, she didn't have the willpower. That's why she needs to be in the Onyx ward to get the help to begin with.
I have quite a bit of experience with alcoholics and drug addicts. I won't go into too many specifics, but I kind of know a bit more about it than I know a bit about it.
Yeah.
The thing the alcoholics say is easy to stop. An alcoholic will stop drinking every single day. It's the staying stopped.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
Yeah.
And now quite often an alcoholic will have 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months without drinking, and they go, yeah, I've not got a problem, and then they go back on the booze.
Yeah, see, I have had problems with alcohol, and I just won't touch it at all now because I know I'll fall straight back into it.
How did, and if you don't mind me asking, if I ask anything you don't want to answer, then you can tell me to jog on, I won't mind. How did you, if you had problems with alcohol, did you?
Yeah.
How did you stop?
I left the area I was living in and left everybody I knew.
And that was enough, was it, for you?
It was, once I was out of the situation where it was routine for me to get drunk. It was all I knew was getting drunk. So once I got away from there and I supported my partner and everything, it was hard at first because, when you've got an alcohol problem, you will find a reason or an excuse to have a drink.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Even if you take away any excuse possible, there will still be one. There are some days when I go, oh my God, I could do with vodka and coke. When instead I'll have a cup of tea with 3 sugars if the kids are driving me bonkers. But, we had her up here for the day a few weeks ago. The baby's dad brought her up here so that she could have some normality, and it was a lovely day. She had terrible withdrawal. Her whole body was shaking. But she was with the kids, and it was like normal. It was normal again. But then the following day, she was on her own, and that was it. It went wrong again.
Has she been? Let's put the L&D to one side, okay? Because let's put them to one side for a second. Has she been anywhere else for help?
As far as I'm aware, she went to the doctors at one point and they prescribed her a pill that would make her sick if she drank.
Right, okay.
I don't know what happened with that. I'm assuming she probably didn't take it.
Yeah.
She was receiving counselling. I'm not sure what happened with that either, because things went really, really, tits up a few weeks ago because she lost a flat as well.
Oh, blimey.
So she was really hitting the bottle, and then when she was in hospital one time doing the detox, she actually met another alcoholic who she then got involved with.
Oh, yeah.
So it couldn't have gone much worse, really.
Well,
so,
she's living out the classic descent. She's I don't know her, and I know that Kelly's and Catherine are still trying to get hold of her, and she's not answering. And that I'm not. It's concerning. It's not worrying. It's concerning. Who's that in the background?
That's my kids being a pain.
How old are your kids?
I've got a 9-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
God, you're a glutton for punishment.
I am.
Blimey. You're right to talk for a couple more minutes, Lisa?
I am, yeah. Go to your dad. I'm on the phone. Go to your dad.
Mum! Go to your dad.
They're doing it purposely because they're on the phone.
Of course they are, the little... listen, I've got kids. I know exactly what it's like.
Oh, my God.
Right. Listen, we're not going to solve this problem. I'm not going to solve this problem, certainly. And I think I can kind of pick up from you that you're doing everything you can, but you know that you're not going to fix her, don't you?
Well, the only way I can... As naive as it is, I wish I could just go down there, grab her and lock her in the room up my house, because I live in West Midlands and she'd be away from it all.
Yeah.
But
don't work, though, does it?
No, it doesn't work.
Don't work, because you lock her up and she'll be sober for a month. You lock her up for a month, and then she'll be all clean and she'll be smart and shining and spanking and brand new, and then she'll go out and, someone will cut her up in the car, or the bus driver will be rude to her, and she'll be straight down the offie. Probably.
That's exactly what was yesterday. I mean, she went and got her hair done and everything because she's got caught on Friday, and I don't know what happened from her having her hair done to the boys coming back to nursery. She hit the bottle.
Has she tried anywhere like Alcoholics Anonymous or anything like that?
I don't know. This is why it would have been good if you could talk to her, but she's probably feeling quite ashamed of herself.
She probably is. Of course she is. It's a disease of shame. She's feeling... I make up that she's feeling very ashamed, and that's why she doesn't want to come and talk to us, and that's absolutely fine. That's she might be listening, and in which case, Gemma, we'll keep trying you. You're more than welcome to come on. Have you... Now, you're going to think this is odd because you haven't got a drinking problem anymore. But have you been to any of these organisations? There's a great organisation for relatives of alcoholics and drug addicts called Al-Anon. Have you been there?
No, I've never heard of it.
Al-Anon is brilliant. Catherine's going to find me the website and the phone number now. Al-Anon are brilliant, right? And what it is... I've got so many friends who've been through this, trust me.
Yeah.
What it is, it's like AA... but it's for the relatives of alcoholics. Because it's a really nice place where you go and it's all anonymous, and you go in a room, and it could be like a church hall or a school hall, or, it could be anywhere. It's not religious. You go in there and you talk about what it's like having an alcoholic sister, or having an alcoholic dad, or having a son who can't stop doing coke. And one starts to realise, A, you can't fix them, and B, she's dragging you down as well, Lisa. And I say that with the greatest of respect.
I know.
You've got four beautiful kids there. You've got 4 beautiful kids, and you can't give them your full attention because you're rightfully worried about your sister.
Yeah, my priorities are slightly wrong though, aren't they?
Yeah, well, wrong is maybe a strong word, but your priorities are perhaps slightly skewed.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't getting the attention that they deserve because of your sister. And again, this is going to sound really cold. That's really selfish of your sister. And being an alcoholic is a really selfish disease.
I know. My parents were like it as well, but they've sort of come out of it finally.
Really? Isn't that interesting? That
it is, yeah. We all seem to have followed suit.
Yeah. Now, if and your parents got sober, did they?
Yeah, I mean, it was only recently. My mum was a hardcore alcoholic without failure. She's got epilepsy and brain hemorrhages and everything from her drinking.
Yeah.
But she's 60 something, and all of a sudden she just stopped, and she just doesn't drink now.
Well, listen, if you got sober and your mum got sober, then that is brilliant for Gemma, because that means she's got more than a decent chance. She's in with a good shout of getting this. But you're not going to be able to fix her.
No, I know. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's entirely down to her. If and when she's ready, she'll go for it.
I was talking to my relatives last night after she got this bottle of vodka, and it seems that she doesn't want to put any. She doesn't want to work at it. She wants the wand to be waved, and there isn't one.
No, there isn't.
She needs to work for it as well, which is where I think she's not at that stage.
No, she's not, and she may never get to that stage.
No, that's where I think the Onyx Ward would be of benefit. But then again, like I said to my family last night, she might stay in there for several months, come out, and then, like you said.
Well, it might. You know what? Those kind of residential rehabs, they work for a lot of people, and it might give her a fighting chance, or she might come out again and have a drink. You don't know, but she's got to want to stop.
Yeah, she does when she's sober.
Yeah. It's a crappy disease. It's horrible, and I know people that have died through it, and it's horrible. Catherine, have you got the number for Al-Anon?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, right. So this is for anybody. You don't have to be an alcoholic. This is if you think that your partner is, or your kids, or your sister is an alcoholic or a drug addict. You go there, it's anonymous, you don't have to pay anything, you sit in a room for an hour and a half with people who are going through the same thing. And I think you might be surprised, speaking to you, Lisa, and also everyone else, you might be surprised at the number of similarities that you hear. So how do they get in touch?
Okay, so this is the confidential helpline, 0207 403 0888. That's 0207 403 0888. Lisa, if you stay on the line, I'll make sure you get that, because I don't know if you've got a pen
And
there.
Lisa, it's not religious, it's not government, it's not the police, it's nothing. It's just a load of like-minded people who've been through what you're going through.
Okay.
You don't have to pay any money. You go once, you don't want to go again. Beautiful. You don't have to go. I'm just putting it out there as a suggestion.
Yeah.
You know. We'll try Gemma a little bit later on, because I really like to speak to her, but I completely understand why she may not want to speak to us.
Yeah. She was all up for it yesterday until the bottle got her.
Yeah, of course she was. And then it's a Jekyll and Hyde thing, literally. And then she's a different person altogether.
Yeah.
Look after your kids, won't you? And I know you will.
I will.
But they're your priority, because you can show them what it's like, what being a good sober mum is like. And
they already know not to go near alcohol. My 9-year-old knows already.
Have you got this on your screens? The A505 in Hitchin.
Not got that, but I can have a look.
Yeah, have a look. Ben's saying that there's a lorry. Oh, this is so weird. A lorry carrying a load of toilet seats has shed its load.
Ooh.
Okay. You got pictures. The A505. Apparently,
A505. I'm looking.
The police looking into it, but they've got nothing to go on.
Oh no.
So the police are looking into these toilet seats that have gone across the road, but they've got nothing to go on. Could you have a look into that, Sammy?
We'll look into it.
Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's the bloke from Squeeze coming up on the Iain Lee. He's probably plugging a new book or a record. Let's see. shall we?
Glenn not answering his phone.
Well, his wife just answered. She's
Oh.
making sandwiches for the kid. It's the first day back at school. She went, flipping heck, hang on a minute. She's going to get him to give us a ring back.
Well, this is what, you know, this, you don't get much more British. Oh, I've lost the new single. Hang on a minute. Let me find the new
All
single.
right, well, he won't know about this because...
Oh, blimey. We could lie and pretend that we played it, couldn't we? Dealey. Geezer. Well, Glenn Tilbrook's not answering his phone. He's on the toilet or something. I've lost the new single.
Yeah.
I've lost it.
Yeah.
You've taken this to the streets.
Yeah.
The Squeeze and the Tilbrook, you've taken it to the streets.
Yeah, I mean, Glenn, I'm sure is listening to this right now. I think we're getting him lined up to come on the phone.
Yeah.
A music legend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Squeeze. Love Squeeze.
I put together one of my little packages on Glenn Tilbrook, his music, and also some reaction on the streets to Glenn and the fact he will be coming on the programme this morning. Here's what happened, boss. When it comes to giving, Glenn Tilbrook has given us lots.
And everybody tells me that it's cool to be a cat, cool for cats.
Along with Chris Difford, they gave the world songs like this, which was cruelly denied a UK #1 by Art Garfunkel's Boring Bright Eyes. Others included Up the Junction, Hourglass and Labelled with Love, just to name a few. To the streets we go, and just the mention of Glenn's name lit up a dreary Dunstable. Sharon, you are a massive Glenn Tilbrook fan. What is your message to Glenn, who is listening to this right now? Now stop the giggles. What's your message to Glenn?
Are you single?
I'll put it to. Thank you very much. Sheikh, how are you this morning, boss?
Yes, I'm all right.
Sheikh, I never thought it would happen with me and the girl from...
Clapham.
You know your stuff, Sheikh.
Thank you.
I'm going to call you a top Sheikh.
All right, thank
you.
very much. Thanks.
Mick, when I say Glenn Tilbrook, when I say Squeeze, what comes into your brain?
It's cool for cats. Up the junction. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Glenn is listening to this right now. What's your message to Glenn?
Well, I hope he's doing all right and he's still carrying on with his music.
I'll pass on the comps.
Yeah, righty, all right. Cheers.
Yeah, bye.
See you, matey.
Glenn Tilbrook, respect to you, sir. I love you. The streets love you. I label you a music legend.
Well, he may be a music legend, Justin, but he's a music legend that doesn't put things down in his diary. He's supposed to be talking about Burko Fest, which I think is celebrating the Speaker of the House of Commons on Saturday, the 12th of September in it's in Berkhamsted, so that would be what the Burko is. I don't know whether John Burko is going to be there. Maybe it's Sally Burko. Maybe it's portly women in sheets. I don't know. And then he's supposed to be talking about his new album.
Yep. I did think this morning when you said Glenn Tilbrook live on the show at 8:30. I thought rock and roll star 8:30. What's going on here?
Do we play the new single or do we ban it? Do we
Hang on a second. Okay, I'm going to put some deep thought into this.
Yeah.
Glenn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Glenn.
Oh.
Glenn.
Oh, he's sending out a vibe.
Special powers.
Sorry, Glenn.
Please phone in. You will be coming on the show at some point between now and 9. It's going to happen.
Let's see if the daily vibe is strong with this one.
Enough of London. Let's take a break. No more excuses. No time to waste. Pack up a suitcase. Sun's beating down.
Well, dear listener,
In the country.
Squeeze is back, and they're sounding good. But I've got to be honest, Glenn Tilbrook, you need a new diary or something. What the hell's going on with you, man? What are you doing?
I'm out and about. I'm starting work, aren't I?
Oh, but mate, I know it's the first day back at term for everybody, young and old. So God bless you for joining. How are you doing, Glenn? You all right?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Very good
I
indeed.
cannot tell you how exciting it is. There's a new Squeeze single and there's a new album out.
It's very exciting. It's one of those things, I suppose I could say I never thought it would happen, really, because I didn't. But here we are. We've got an album, and furthermore, it's great. I know I would say that, but it is.
Well, hang on a second. Let's put this to the test. You say it's great. That must mean that you think you've done a few stinkers in the past.
No, I think that we sort of tailed off towards the end of the last time we were together. You know, I mean, this is the third time we've got back together again now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's no point in doing a record unless it's the best thing that we've ever done, and I think this is the best thing we've ever done.
Oh, God bless you for that. I've only heard the single, and it's flipping brilliant. This is strangely is the soundtrack to the Danny Baker show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Cradle to the Grave.
That's right.
How on earth is there a whole series about... I mean, I've read the books and they're brilliant, and I can't wait to watch it. How did you get involved with that?
I had flu maybe 4 years ago, and I spent 3 days in bed. And that's when Daddy's book just first came out. And I read it, thought it was brilliant. We have previous together, you know. I've known him since, you know, we were in our teens. I called him up and said, look, I've never said this to anyone before, but we should really be involved with this. We, you know, our history is a shared history. I know what that world was like, and me and Chris can write for that. And it sort of it followed on from there. The series itself is brilliant. You know, having Peter Kay play Danny's dad.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a genius. You know? Yeah, exactly.
It's really funny, and it's poignant, and it's about the series. You know, on a wider basis, it's about family values, and that's a lovely subject that we all know about.
How do you get the band back together? Do you just send a text out to everyone that's marked Squeeze in the phone and saying, "Hey guys, we should. I've got some new songs."
Text out to everyone that's marked Squeeze in the phone, and there'll be about 400 people.
How do you do it? Do you just ring around? What's the deal?
You know, we've been playing together for a while. We've been like the best Squeeze tribute band ever. But you know, it's a weird thing crossing the divide between doing old songs and creating something new.
Yeah.
That's really, you know, we've been back together since 2007, but this project really gave us the impetus to do something new, and that's, you know, for that I'm really grateful.
I saw you lot flipping out. I'm going to age both of us now. Oh, geez, it was probably 26, 27 years ago.
Okay.
Supporting the Kinks at the Alexandra Palace.
Oh, right, okay, I remember that gig.
It was a good gig. How miserable is Ray Davies in real life?
Yeah, quite.
I've interviewed him. He's hard work, isn't he?
You know, Chris and I presented a Q award to Ray and Dave Davies. This is in the last days of them actually speaking. But so we were at a table with them, but they wouldn't speak to each other. They would only speak to us.
And were you and Chris speaking at the time?
It was more Ray than Dave.
Were you and Chris speaking at the time? Because that would have been...
Yeah, we were getting on fine.
OK, because that could have been Dave, could you tell Chris that I want him to speak to Ray? It could have been awkward. A disabled woman from Henlow is criticising the coach company who left her and her family to fend for themselves in Great Yarmouth. Anne Chudley has difficulty walking and uses a frame. She had a fall as her party made their way back to the coach, and by the time they got there, 10 minutes late, it was gone. Wendy Howes runs Britannia Coaches. How did you let Anne down so badly, Wendy?
Oh, good morning, Ian. Well, we don't like to leave people behind. Actually, it's not our policy to leave people behind.
You did on this occasion. What happened?
Well, what happened was the lady was late back. The driver did wait quite a few minutes for her, and all our vehicles are on tracking systems. So
How
we
many
know
minutes?
Exactly what time they left the yard.
How many minutes did he wait?
About 10. And the lady phoned us. We got the telephone call. I didn't actually take the call. My husband took it, who is the owner of the company. And we got the call, and the driver had already gone.
After 10 minutes?
The driver has gone. He's gone. It did wait, yes. He waited.
You say it waited. It only waited 10...
Roughly 10 minutes, yeah.
So maybe a bit less than 10 minutes?
Gosh. It could have been a minute or two, but it was getting on for 10 minutes.
So it could have been 8... So it waited 8 minutes...
I don't know exactly, but it was
for a disabled lady.
Yeah.
With a disabled lady whose son, I think, has learning difficulties, and two 12-year-old girls. It waited 8 minutes.
We didn't know all that, but there's not a lot we could have done. Once she
had a walking frame, didn't she?
But the fact is, she rang us. The driver had already gone. She told us she wasn't that far from the coach station. Yeah. So I don't know why she didn't see the coach go to flag him down.
Because she was looking after 3 young kids, one of whom's got learning difficulties, and she had a walking frame.
If she wasn't far from the coach station, she had 2 12-year-old girls. She could have said Could you just run up to the coach?
No.
Tell the driver what's happened.
No,
Well,
I wouldn't. No. Come on now, Wendy. I'm not going to let you do this. I'm not going to let you pin.
okay.
I'm not going to let you pin this on a disabled woman and saying
Right.
she should have told two 12-year-old girls in a town miles away from their home.
No. What she said, she wasn't far from the station.
No, but miles away from their home in a strange. I wouldn't send two 12-year-old girls off on their own to a bus station.
Well, if I could see the station, if I saw a group of shops, and I'd say, look, could you just run to the shops and just get me a paper or something? It's not the end of the world for two 12-year-old girls. I don't think there's anything dangerous. But I'm not saying that I don't know. She said she wasn't far.
All right, do you know what? We're running out of time, Wendy.
But
I think it's disgusting your driver didn't wait more than 8 minutes for a disabled woman with a party of three kids.
We do wait for people. and
How long do you
sometimes
wait
they don't
for?
Turn up. We have waited in the past. She had a number on her. And
she called that number?
It said, it was an emergency telephone number she had on her. And what it says, I haven't got the thing in front of me. It says basically, you're advised to keep this number on you in case of emergency.
How long after the coach?
As the driver cannot wait.
How long after the coach leaving did she call that number?
It was about 10, 15 minutes. About 15 minutes that she rang.
Wow.
Once the driver's gone, we can't ring him because, as you know, you're not allowed to answer a mobile phone while you're driving, and especially coach drivers don't do it. They don't do it.
So why have an emergency number then? Why have an emergency number then? That was an emergency.
What the emergency number's for is if you know you're going to be late. Say you've had things happen. We wait.
She
We're
fell
very
over.
humane company, so don't try and tell us.
She
we're
fell
not.
over.
We do a lot over and above.
She fell over.
We didn't know that. We're not mind readers. We're not. We haven't got crystal balls. We don't know.
Your driver waited 8 minutes for it. Your driver waited.
When you've got 40 other people.
8 minutes is not. If I was on a coach and I knew that a disabled woman with a boy with learning difficulties and two 12-year-old kids was late, I'd be all right waiting. Did he ask the passengers?
I don't know if drivers always take that in when people get on the coach and get off. They don't.
8 minutes, I think, is disgusting.
We wait over. This is wrong.
Well, you didn't hear, did you? And that's the thing. You didn't wait here.
If you ring any of our customers,
I've
will tell you that we have helped people and helped people.
I'm not talking about the others. Wendy.
No, in this instance,
Wendy,
the
I'm not.
onus is on the person to be back at the coach.
No, fair play. Do you know what? Wendy, I'm really sorry. I take it back. You're absolutely right. It's the disabled woman responsible for a boy with learning difficulties and two 12-year-old girls. It's her fault. It's her fault. It's her fault.
Basically it is.
You said it! You actually said it! And what's breaking my heart, Wendy, is you actually mean it!
She's not mentally disabled. She's the same as anybody else. I wouldn't put anyone down who's disabled to patronise them. She had a number she could have rung to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. The driver would have happily have waited.
She was probably busy getting up off the floor or looking after her son with learning difficulties or the two 12-year-old girls.
He said to her, wait there, love, I'll come and pick you up. If he'd known, but he didn't know.
Is it just the driver that works on your... Is it just the driver that works on your coaches? There's no one else there with him?
Well, no, he's only the driver there for the day. The driver takes the paper there for the day.
They're allowed to have speakerphones on there, aren't they?
No, there's not.
They're not allowed to have speakerphones.
They're allowed to answer their phone before they turn the wheel.
Are they allowed to have speakerphones?
No,
or the Bluetooth?
They're not allowed to
Bluetooth?
speak on the phone at all. They're not allowed to speak on the phone at all.
They're not allowed to have Bluetooth or anything like that?
No, they're not allowed to speak. We play safe.
So just...
If they
not
know
that
there's
safe.
a call from us, they will stop at an opportune stop, which could be
Wendy,
miles away until you rang. They've got to get out the coach and ring us.
Wendy, I'm not really buying this. Just so everyone knows,
Well, I'm sorry you don't
it's
buy it,
Britannia
but
Coaches. It's Britannia Coaches.
Yes.
Run by Wendy Howells.
Yes.
Who just to clarify, it's the disabled woman's fault who was responsible for a boy with learning difficulties and two young girls. It's her fault because she fell over, and your coach didn't wait more than 8 minutes.
No, you're putting. I'm not saying it's her fault.
You did just say it was her fault.
What I'm saying is the onus. Drivers do not know. They don't know the risk. People don't come back sometimes on that trip.
Yeah.
Every week we go there, every single Saturday, And very often people don't come back.
She had a walk-in
because they
frame.
stayed. So how long do we wait? Half an hour? An hour?
I would say 15 minutes isn't
and what
bad.
do
I would
we-
say
and what
eight.
do
I
we
would say
say?
8 minutes is taking the pee a little bit. Yeah.
What do we say to the people that were on the coach that got
I'll tell you what you say.
They're tough.
I will tell you what you say.
We know we've been in the business a long time.
Well, you
A
need to
long
learn a few
time.
lessons, and I'm going to teach you a lesson. This is what you say.
Don't patronise me either.
I'm going to tell you what you say, Wendy.
Tell me what you say.
I'm going to tell you what you say. Does he have a microphone, or does he stand up and talk to them?
He has a mic.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed that we should have left 8 minutes ago, just to flag up that you probably saw the elderly lady earlier on. She's got a walking frame. You may have seen her struggling to get off. She was with 3 kiddies. She's not turned up. Is everyone all right if we just wait another 10 minutes? Is everyone okay with that? And I'll put a quick call into the office and just let them know. Is everyone okay with that?
We have done that in the past.
But you didn't do it
You know, we had
here.
people on there in the 80s, their 90s.
You didn't do it.
We had a people. We had a man
Would
in a
you
wheelchair.
disagree with me, Wendy? That's quite a good thing to say, isn't it?
Do you know, it is. But he may not have. Do you know, when you've got 40-odd people getting off a coach, the driver doesn't always notice everybody, whether they're disabled or what they are. They're just a blur of people getting off. I've been courier myself. I don't remember everybody's face that gets off. You can't. It's impossible. You've got 40-odd people getting off. You don't.
Do you remember everybody's walking
and
frame?
so many people have got walking frames. They're limping, or they're kids. You don't. It doesn't register with you. It doesn't register that this person. It just doesn't register. There's just so many people getting off, and so the driver may not well have been aware that this lady had a difficulty. But every week, most people we take have got difficulties. They're either 80s, 90s, they can't walk. Most of them have got, to be honest, have got a difficulty. And they all come back.
Wendy Howells.
Oh, sorry, I thought you cut me off.
No, Wendy Howells of Britannia Coaches. Thank you very much for your time.
I am very sorry we left her behind, and I am sorry. I am sorry. Really am. But once the lady had rung, this is the actual thing of it, once she had rung, there was nothing we could do. There was nothing. What can we do?
Get her a cab.
What can we do?
Could have got her a cab. Teresa's in there. Hey, morning, Teresa.
Morning.
What would you like to say?
I want to defend Britannia Coaches because we went on a day trip to Walsingham about 4 weeks ago.
Where's Walsingham? I've not heard of it.
Near Cromer.
Oh, nice.
Round there.
Good
A day
weather?
trip. Pardon?
Was it good weather?
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
Lovely weather. And everybody on the coach, it was run by 2 ladies, everybody on the coach was happy, and there was a bit of a misunderstanding whether we were going at 6:15 or 6 o'clock in the evening. However, we all thought we were there at 6:15, and the coach driver and the 2 ladies said, everybody here, and everybody said yes, and off we went. And we got to Swaffham, which is quite a way out of Norfolk, and we got to Swaffham and realised that we'd left 2 people behind. Or 1 person behind.
And you're calling up to defend this company, are you?
I am.
Go on. Which bit of the leaving the people behind is you helping Britannia Coaches in their argument here? Sounds like they make a regular thing.
We got halfway back to Swaffham. We spoke to the driver and said, "Oh, sorry, we've left somebody behind."
Boom. And you went back and got them.
And he said, "Okay, no problem. I'll turn round." And we went back and got them.
Okay, well, I would say that's in support of the kind, wonderful people that use coaches and highlights the inefficiency that sometimes, at least in 2 instances, would appear to creep up in Britannia's thing. If you'd have been on that coach and the driver said, look, we're missing 3 kiddies and a lady who's got a frame, can we wait another 10 minutes? You'd have said yes, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But
and also,
our driver was wonderful. No problem.
Well, he weren't that good.
Turned round.
He left 2 people behind, Teresa. He's not that good.
Well, no, 1 person it was. He left
there's
behind,
only
but,
one.
Yeah.
In that case, there's only 1 person. It doesn't matter. Is everybody here?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, let's go.
If you're called Andrea Ritchie, then you're gonna love this band. But if you're not called Andrea Ritchie, you might think it's a bit.
Let's cheer one person up, shall we? Enough of this. Let's indulge me. I'm going to cheer one person up. Radio's supposed to be inclusive and to invite everybody in. Screw that. Let's do 30 seconds of radio for one person, shall we? So yesterday, I was hanging around and I got to watch the deviant Nick Coffer presenting a show in the dark. He had a guest in the dark as well. That was just weird. But the reason I was hanging around, because I got to speak to one of Britain's surviving rock and roll legends, Mr. Tony Hicks of the Hollies. Mr. Tony Hicks of the Hollies, playing September the 10th at the Milton Keynes Theatre. You can hear the whole interview in about an hour's time. But we all know there's that Andrea listens to the show in the United States of America. Can you believe it? The new country. And she's nuts. I'll be honest, she's a weirdo. And I don't mind saying that because she's many thousands of miles away. And she's a big Monkees fan, and she's also a big Hollies fan. And she's selling her car to go and see the Hollies next year. How's she going to get to the airport? She's not considered that. So anyway, I was speaking to Tony Hicks. You'll hear the interview later on. And at the end I said, Tony, by the way, mate, there's this woman called Andrea Ritchie who's in the United States of America. And she is a sad case, and she is selling her car. Dry interview, I'll be honest. Quite dry. And she's selling her car to come and see you. Have you got any thoughts on... oh, no, it's playing that again. Have you got any thoughts on someone who would do such a thing? Hang on a second, I just need to pause that because we'll hear that again. And this is what Tony Hicks had to say about Andrea.
Andrea, I've heard all about this, and it's something that hasn't happened before to the Hollies. But as I was saying, before you sell the car, let us know what it is, because there could be a deal there, and we may be able to fly you over, even first class, if it's something very special and vintage. But other than that, we will look forward to seeing you. We are indeed touring next year, spring and autumn, so I guess that's when we'll see you.
He said he'd only be interested if it was a Thunderbird. I don't think it's a Thunderbird.
It's going to be an old banger, isn't it?
It's going to be an old banger. Don't be so rude about Andrea.
Ollie Martin's PCC. He wasn't on the show, but we love him and we wanted to just let him know.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.